My sword dance!
This is the end.
What up, everybody? This is your boy DJ Mixmaster, and welcome back to Soul Calibur 3. So, last video ended up doing the Tale of Souls for Astaroth, and in this video we're just gonna slide over and we're gonna do the Tale of Souls for Ivy. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Ivy returned to Valentine Mansion to investigate the cause of the abnormality in her sword that had developed during her journey to eliminate all traces of Soul Edge. In her alchemical research laboratory within her home, she read through the ancient text she had brought up to aid her research. A particular tome containing extremely detailed information about the cursed sword caught her attention. As she deciphered it, she arrived at a passage recording the existence of a spirit sword, Soul Calibur. Supposedly, this sword would suppress the power of the cursed sword and lend to its will to the power to stand against it. But the days Ivy had spent lost in thought were suddenly interrupted by the presence of an intruder in her mansion. Looking toward the door, she saw a man wielding a giant scythe. Woo! That was a read, but I got everything, so that's good. Alright, so episode 1, Valentine Mansion. The man was tall and cloaked in a white robe. His skin was dark brown and his face was stern. It was the look of the people who lived in the South. Who are you? Tell me, did you read that book? As the man answered her with a question, his tone was quiet and cold. In the silence that followed, Ivy unleashed her sword.
With his eternal life, what plans have immortality wrought?
I'll play with you for a little while.
I shall take you on with my full strength.
Versus Zasalamel. Fight!
You fool! Please! It's over! You fool!
This is the end.
You win!
No one can escape from me.
This is a sin from my past. The world has no need of this now. The man now stood at a distance, and the book in his hand was engulfed in flames. The flames quickly moved to the mansion itself. If they weren't stopped, the mansion would burn down. If you wish to know all there is to know about the two swords, pursue the knight with the great sword whom you know so well. The man vanished into the flames, leaving only Ivy behind. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and pursue the man with the scythe. The mysterious man knew everything. Relying on that intuitive feeling, Ivy set off on a journey that would revolve around Soul Edge and Soul Calibur. The man had been draped in powerful magic. For Ivy, who had also stained her hands with black magic, it was not impossible to trace that power. Pursuing the skillfully hidden trail, she arrived at a burning mansion. Was the man once more erasing traces of the spirit sword?
Watched over by the Almighty Ones, they unleash their fury.
Let me see. Who wants to die first?
Versus Revenant. Fight! You win!
This sword is my treasure.
The foe that had attacked her wordlessly had been a skeletal puppet animated by a small amount of spiritual energy. It had doubtlessly been sent to this mansion to erase some sort of tracks. Ivy noticed the faint traces of the mystic art used on the skeleton remained behind. She couldn't imagine the mysterious man being that careless, but it was the only clue she had. She followed the trail and arrived at a clock tower.
I cannot allow anyone who knows about the sword to live. It's time for you to die. You're quicker than I thought. I was wrong about you.
What do I care what you think of me? Get lost!
Versus Zasalamel. Fight!
Silence! Time to move!
You win!
You didn't even have time to feel remorse.
Daughter of the cursed sword, do you still persist in struggling against your fate? Your conviction is amusing. Leaving only his laugh behind, the man with the scythe melted away into the shadows and disappeared. He had gotten away. Who was this enigmatic man? Alright. Investigate the man with the scythe. Who was the man with the scythe? She investigated him but found nothing. However, it seemed that he had been sighted several times recently. When he was seen, fires and accidents frequently occurred shortly afterwards. It could be presumed that he was erasing the trail of the cursed sword. Information about the spirit sword was likely included within that destruction as well, just like the book he had been burned before her eyes. Let's see, either investigate the knight with the great sword that the man has spoken of, or investigate the spirit sword. We're gonna investigate the knight. She knew what the man had meant about the knight with the great sword. It was Nightmare, the Azure Knight, the man who had possessed the cursed sword. Recent rumors said that he was once again rampaging across the land. Ivy decided to pursue incidents that seemed likely to be his handiwork. Eventually, she obtained information about a temple in Egypt that had been startlingly destroyed by sword attacks. She headed for Egypt at once.
Anticipation building in his heart, he turns his eyes to the path before him.
Looks like you're next, dear.
Alright, I'm getting pumped up!
Versus Young Sung. Fight!
Behave, you cur! This is the end! This is the end! This is the end!
You win!
You thought you could really defeat me?
Ivy felt like she was being watched. We'll go ahead and stop.
Two heroes
Defeat the enemy before time runs out. What happens then is unknown. What the hell does that mean?
We'll be over in a moment.
Versus Kara's. Fight!
This is the end.
Ah!
You lose.
Dang it, there goes my path to night terror. Huh, oh well, we'll keep going. Alright. Hearing that the one who had destroyed the temple was a man in azure armor, Ivy was certain that her premonition had been correct. He had left Europe. Confirming that he had left for the east, she headed east as well. Entering Persia, she heard that a cult rumored to have worshipped an evil god had been wiped out. She headed for their temple in the desert. It was truly a spectacle of destruction. It must have been the work of the Azure Knight.
So you managed to live. Well, no matter.
Versus Astaroth. Fight.
Silence!
You win.
Enjoy your glorious defeat.
In the temple ruin, Ivy had encountered not the Azure Knight, but the bizarre giant with whom she had once acted together. The two of them fought as if to sever their longtime bonds of fate, and Ivy survived. Having lost the trail of the Azure Knight, Ivy put the desert behind her and headed for civilization to start collecting information once more. While investigating incidents that might have been the work of the Azure Knight, Ivy learned of a young man who purged evil energy. His power might be the same as that of the spirit sword Soul Calibur. Perhaps because of this thought, she began to investigate the youth. Entering the mountains in which the young man was thought to live, she stepped into a temple constructed in a cave high up in the mountains. Was he here?
His eyes reveal a man of renewed purpose.
I swear I will tear you apart.
Listen, my soul rages with strength.
Versus Keelik. Fight.
Split apart!
I'm getting sick and tired of you!
Behave, you cur! Squirm! Follow! Squirm!
You win.
There, are you happy now?
To the young man, she may have appeared to be an evil entity in need of purification. However, she could not allow herself to be defeated here. After descending the mountain, having gained nothing, a rumor reached her ears of a warrior who boasted that he would destroy Soul Edge. Given that he knew the name Soul Edge, he might not be a force to be taken lightly. Let's see, we can either pursue the rumors or avoid being sidetracked. We're gonna avoid being sidetracked. As she once again gathered information, rumors of a man in Western-style armor with an enormous sword reached Ivy's ears. She thought it might be the Azure Knight, but it seemed his armor was not blue. Perhaps this was the person that the man with the scythe had spoken of. Pursuing the rumors, she entered Ming and located a mansion that the man she sought was said to have infiltrated. Right now, she didn't know where he had gone next, given that the only thing to do was to obtain the same information he had.
Her graceful sword dance grows ever purer, ever stronger.
Are you ready to die?
Are you ready for this?
Versus Xianghua. Fight.
battle. It's over.
No, you don't.
You win.
This sword is my destiny.
She succeeded in obtaining information in the mansion, but the wound she had suffered in the fight with the guard was not light. Ivy was forced to go into hiding, nursing her wound and leaving Ming when she saw an opportunity. As she hurried in the direction in which she thought the man with the great sword had gone, she came upon a city that had been reduced to ruins. Entering the ruined city, she realized that someone was following her.
The winds guide her with visions of the heavens.
I'll make sure nothing remains of you.
Some things can only be conveyed through battle.
Versus Talon. Fight!
Behave, you cur! This is
You win.
no longer will I fear anything.
Go ahead and hurry on ahead. The girl introduced herself as Talon and apologized, explaining that she had mistaken Ivy for a bandit. She lived in hiding here with a handful of orphans. They had lived in fear of a knight in blue armor who had recently appeared. Faced with his power, they had no choice but to hide away. Several weeks ago, however, a knight had suddenly appeared wielding an enormous sword, and the Blue Knight had left in pursuit of this man. It was Nightmare. Afterwards, continuing to follow the clues, Ivy eventually arrived at a cathedral in an area far from civilization. She was mere steps behind Nightmare. The end of her journey was finally approaching. As she stepped inside the cathedral, a man appeared before her, draped in unimaginably powerful waves of evil.
Return your soul to me, my child.
Mark my word, I will destroy you.
Versus Cervantes. Fight!
Take this!
You win!
Almost finished. There's only a few things left.
Not even turning to look at the bars that fell behind her, Ivy ran. Judging from the sounds that echoed through the hallway, the battle was extremely fierce. Ivy continued to run and stepped into the battle.
If you're after the sword, don't expect to get past here alive. Sorry to keep you. You're up next.
Versus Siegfried. Fight! You win.
You thought you could really defeat me?
I'm impressed that you made it this far. Not bad at all. My dream is about to be realized. You, however, are not worthy of witnessing this glorious moment. Leave this place at once.
I will destroy you.
Versus Abyss. Fight.
Get lost.
This is the end.
You win.
No one can escape from me.
Man, I hate that man, I almost had a perfect run, man.
Are you? What are you doing? Stop it! I don't want that! No, I don't! Bastard!
Alright, y'all, so that was the Tale of Souls for Ivy. Whew! And with that, I believe this is a good place to take a break. Next video, we'll move on to the next soul. So, like and comment on the video, subscribe for more gameplay. And with that, see ya. Peace.